today, right now, I've got a pretty cool project. This gentleman, you guys have probably seen this before. Hey, there's Ewan. Probably seen this before. This beautiful Husaberg 300. And we put an Arcatech head on here. It runs awesome. But when we did that, it bumped the compression up so much that this style starter, which is arguably a terrible style starter, would not spin this motor over. You know, every now and then it would, whatever, but it wasn't good. We put a big nasty anti-gravity battery in it, all that helped, but not great. So now I am coming up with my own version of the 24-volt system. So if that sounds cool, join me as I show you how we looked into this. To start, I knew that 24 volts, we had to wire these things in series, not in parallel. If you have two batteries like that, and you just jumper, and then go to the bike, then all you got is a strong 12-volt system. And that's good, it's fine. It'll last a long time, especially if you're not able to charge, like if you're building a bike with a total loss system, something like that. That would hold up for a long time before you needed to recharge it, and you could just charge it normally with just a normal 12-volt charger. That's fine. But what we need to do is push 24 volts to the starting system. So we got two batteries. Now to wire this in series to get 24 volts, we're gonna go to the bike. This is obviously connected. Then we jumper, and then we go this to earth on that. And now that gives us 24 volt system, which is going to then spin that starter really, really hard. Lots of guys have done this lots of ways. You can use LiPo batteries and all that good stuff. But the cool thing about anti-gravity is that they make this cute little 4-cell 12-volt battery. It's tiny and it doesn't weigh anything. Let's see if I can get it out of here. There we go. There it is. Little bitty. It doesn't weigh anything. It's awesome. And that is going to fit right down in there, right up against the air filter cage, but it's no big deal because it's completely sealed, so it's not going to dump any ash or anything on it. What we did is, because this battery is nice, it's got 4 posts, we took the one post to chassis ground, and then it's connected, and then we go from the positive to the negative of the little battery, and then from the positive of that to the bike. And you're going to hear it. Spins that thing over real fast. Really fast. It's super cool. The inherent problem with this is that the bike is not made to charge a 24-volt system. It can't charge these batteries properly. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do about that. And obviously, these are temporary. We're going to make this look nice. That's not how I'm going to end it. Also, I'll figure out a way to securely attach that battery and make it look nice and all that. The other thing, honestly, I thought about doing, he already just bought this big battery, so I don't want to do it. What I would like to do is actually just do 2 of these in this battery box, because that would be the cleanest, sweetest way to do it. But I know Scott's going to be watching this, and I don't want him to spend a bunch more money when he doesn't have to. Maybe when these batteries are junk, they wear out, whatever, then we can just do it. I'll figure out a way to make that look nice. But what we can do is I checked the charging system. I just ran it and hooked my meter to it. It's interesting. It seems to actually hold at 13 some odd volts and kind of go up and down. I don't think that's working. I think that's just because these are really good batteries. I don't know. Maybe someone could chime in here. I don't think there's any way that can work because, like I said, it's a 12-volt system, and I don't think it's going to charge the 2 anyway in series like that. So what we're going to do is, because all that battery is doing is starting this bike. It does not run the light. The light runs off the AC system. It doesn't do anything else. Doesn't run the ignition. There's no fuel pump, none of that, because it's an awesome carbureted, really sweet motorcycle. You don't need any of that stuff. Since all it's doing is starting it, it'll start it a whole bunch of times. Eventually, it'll get weak. Then what we'll do is I'm going to make a disconnect here on this one thing. And when you disconnect that, it'll turn these into 2 12-volt systems just like that. So we'll disconnect that. He can hook up 2 chargers to it overnight, charge it up. Then it'll be good for another, I don't know how many starts. Panthera guy says that he's got his total loss system starting that bike like 200 times, which is an awful lot. So you know, if a guy just wanted to make sure, they could just come into the, you know, after every ride, after every weekend, they could just take it into the shop, you know, the garage, whatever, unhook that thing, hook the charger up to it, leave it sit. Next time they go ride, it'll be perfect. I'll check in when I get this all prettied up and show you guys, but I think that's gonna be a sweet way to do this. Super simple. Like I said, if you're gonna start from scratch, I would go with 2 of these because, you know, they're kind of expensive, but they'll fit, you know, stacked in here, no problem, and be all good to go. All right, so I got her all dialed in, I think. So I ended up not making a joint here because I was concerned about the amount of juice that's going through this thing. That's why I used a nice heavy cable for it. I was worried about if I had a joint there, we might have an issue with maybe burning it up or whatever. So I didn't do that. So all Scott will have to do is just take one of these things off, you know, with the screwdriver and then charge them up. I just zip tied it. Like I put zip ties around here and here to make 2 loops, and then I zip tied it. And I think that's all we need to do. It, you know, it kind of moves a little bit, but I actually also, I made a little piece out of the anti-gravities come with a bunch of foam with sticky backing. So I'm gonna put that sticky backing right here, make it sticky on that. And then I already tested it with the seat, fits right in. I'm gonna get that done. Next thing I gotta do is take this tank off and pull the carb off, because bike was perfect, no problems. Then he went to turn the gas on 2 days ago and it poured gas. So we gotta figure out why it's leaking. And then I'll put it all back together and let him know.